Hi guys, I'm live. How you guys doing? Happy Thanksgiving. I want to make a video this probably very much conjecture, but it doesn't make that conjecture isn't always wrong. It just means you may not be right, and it may not, whatever. I have a conjecture I'd like to share with you guys. The conjecture relates to the number 322. 322 is the secret number of the Masons and Skull and Bones societies and things like that. Their secret number is 322. And that's cool to know, but what does it mean? Why did they pick that number? I Googled it and didn't get any result. But I thought about it myself, and I have a possibility. It doesn't make me right, but I maybe since Google doesn't know, my answer to this might be the best guess I can think of. So anyway, the number 322, let's analyze this. Let's say you take 3 times 2, which is 3 squared, and then square that. So 3 to the 2, and that number to the 2 power. Well, 3 squared is 9, and 9 to the 2 power is, or 9 squared is 81. So 3 squared itself squared, or they say in math, 3 squared, the quantity squared. When you say the quantity, I mean what was just stated, is 81. So why is that significant? Well, 1 over 81, or 81 to the negative 1 power, knows 1 divided by 81 is an interesting number. It's a rational number, of course, because it can be made up of a fraction, which 1 over 81 already is a fraction. But it's an interesting number because it's a repeating decimal. It repeats 9 decimals for infinity. The decimals it repeats, because I'll say what 1 over 81 is, you can put it in your calculator, is 0.012345679012345679, etc. forever. So it's 1 over 81 is from all the digits from 0 to 9 except 8. Repeated forever after a decimal point. That's very interesting. When I was going to church at Calvary Chapel, the great pastor Joe Holden said, something can be noted just as easily by being omitted as it can be from being put there. So the mission of 8 can be just as much of a pointing to 8 as if you included 8 in something. So that the number that seems to be suggested by elimination or non-inclusion is the number 8. Now, why was the number 8 important? I have 2 answers for that. They said, according to this I can think of. First of all, 8 on its side is infinity, and that could represent the whatever the Masons want to think about them being worshiping the supreme being or the divine being or whatever. There's that. There's one fault, but there's a second. Well, that's true. That's a good thing. But the second possibility is that the 8th element on the periodic table of the elements is oxygen, and oxygen is literally the life air. You can't live without oxygen, and oxygen is rarely found on other planets, because oxygen is necessary for life, and not a lot of planets have oxygen. And even if they do, and there's life, every being on it needs that constantly. At least we do on Earth. I don't know. I'm not a biologist. I don't know if there's other creatures that could be made or evolved that would breathe something other than oxygen, like nitrogen, which I think is number 7 on the periodic table of the elements. But at least for us humans, oxygen is very important, and 8 may represent by being omitted and in the fraction of 1, and also by relating 8 to the element oxygen, that the Masons are important, or that they're integral and important for the world, just like oxygen is important to humans. Or maybe there's a reference there. This is all conjecture, but it's a possibility. And I love you guys. Peace, rock and roll.